Ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, what is the fucking problem here? For fuck's sake. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry. Didn't mean to start this episode this way, but for fuck's sake, the last 10 minutes I've been talking, thinking that I was goddamn streaming. I clicked the go online button. I clicked it, the go live button, and it's so much so that when you can go back, once you do hit live, you can hit the same button to go down to the menu, the record and the screenshot menu, and you can click go live again, and it will show you the menu because that's how you end the stream. You have to go back through that. And it said that I had been live for 10 minutes, yet my laptop and my phone did not register me as being live. Now, every once in a while it does that, and it is an immense pain in the ass when it does that. But yeah, I just been rattling shit off for like the last 10 minutes or more, fucking talking, and I wasn't live. I was like, oh, you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. But I'm live now. I'm here. And now I have to start my entire everything I was fucking saying. Number one, I'm sorry I'm late. Dinner went long. And then I had the stupid fucking PlayStation not actually make me live. So apologies there. You've been literally, well, you haven't been seeing anything because I wasn't coming across to fucking YouTube. What a pain in the ass. But anyway, I'm getting the thumbnail, as always, done here. But I was discussing a couple weeks ago, I was talking with Serp. We were talking about movies that we were excited for. And I remembered that I was wanting to see, obviously, He-Man and the Mortal Kombat 2 movies. I was wanting to see those two. Kind of excited about them. And I couldn't remember. I was like, there's a third movie that I can't remember what it is. And I believe I remembered what it is. I believe it was the Backrooms movie. I'm kind of anxious and excited to see the Backrooms movie because, you know, the Backrooms is not everybody's cup of tea. I get it. I understand that totally. Much like with the SCP, it's something that you're either really into or you're really not. And they're both of them are fascinating concepts on their own. You know, just as a core concept. And that the problem with both usually comes from the fact that they are community created IPs. So, like, literally anybody can create anything for the SCP or the Backrooms universe. Like, literally, I don't know. I don't know if there's some sort of, you know, application process or if it has to be. I don't know exactly what makes it canon, but as far as I know, it's literally anybody can just pop up with a story and say this is part of canon now, and it's part of canon. I don't know how that works. It seems strange to me because one of the reasons that I stopped really following the SCP is because I started to notice a pattern with the SCP. And that pattern was one-upmanship. It was like every new thing that was coming out was more powerful than everything before. And it was just continuing and escalating to a ridiculous fucking level. And it gets ridiculous. Because people with no imagination are just like, this times 1,000. Or oh, well, he can do this. Well, this can undo all of that and make it so that it never even happened, or, you know, just ridiculous shit like that. And in a lot of ways, that's what the back rooms turned into. You know, there's all these different kind of fucking back rooms areas now that it's just, it's not interesting. Just the yellow wallpaper style, you know, bargain dollar, you know what I'm saying, version of the back rooms is horrifying in itself. You know, the fact that you're just lost in this constantly growing and changing and there's no way out of it ever at all, period, kind of, and, you know, world, is that not horrific enough? Do you have to be like, well, no, this is a version that's that, but it's got water everywhere? Or no, this is a version of that, but it's got this monster. No, this is a version of that, but it's got this monster and this monster. Oh, and then there's the fucking the almond milk shit, and just, it's just like, no, you're going too far, guys. You're going too far. You know that there's, oh, well, you can survive this if you get this. If you just find random fucking cans of almond milk laying around, it's it's just stupid. But Kane Pixels is the guy who is essentially what many consider the definitive backrooms guy, because he sticks to just like I said, the bargain basement, just the yellow wallpaper, typical standard backrooms kind of vibe, and he's in charge of the movie. So here's hoping that they didn't Hollywood it too much, because I'm genuine. I mean, it is a fascinating concept. The fact that you can just, you know, step in the wrong place and fall through a hole into an unfinished kind of almost made for human reality, but not quite, you know, as is the thing, you know, that it looks like it was made for people, but by something that doesn't fully understand the needs of people. You know what I'm saying? It is a fascinating concept. The SCP could be, but it's just stupid. It's just the SCP. What I can say about the back rooms is that at least it's understandable that, you know, okay, you've made this different world, that you could possibly fall into this one instead of this one. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't really blend. You know what I'm saying? I know there's some kind of thing that you can pass from one to the next, and you can keep going from level to level of the back rooms until eventually you'll find your way out or some shit like that. But that's not really heavily utilized, that theory. You know what I'm saying? That I've seen anyway. Whereas the SCP is just, you're supposed to believe that there's this, you know, some kind of shadowy underground fucking organization that has more money than fucking God, and they have fucking bases on moons, and somehow they figured out how to fucking capture all of these supernatural, uncapturable fucking entities. And it's just so fucking, it's so retarded. It's so over the top. It's so ridiculous. It's just dumb. Backrooms is way more grounded. So I am excited about that movie. I am excited to see it. I think it could be really good if done right. Like, you can't really have like an antagonist. You can't really, you know, because the backrooms themselves are essentially the antagonist. The backrooms are the enemy, because it's the thing that's not going to let you out.
Humanity
I'm
is
sure they'll have
That's why humans need us so desperately.
the entity, the entity that looks like it's made out of wire that chases after people in some of the more famous backrooms videos. I would imagine, because that's in Kane Pixel's stuff, so he's probably going to have that in there. So they'll probably have to deal with that, the characters in the film. But there's no main bad guy that you're going to find. They're not going to be looking for the dude who created the backrooms or any shit like that, because that's just one of those mystery things. Although we do know that it was created as the backrooms, according to Kane Pixels, was created as a way to house, as almost like an answer to overpopulation. Like, we'll create these infinite pocket universes where people, will build houses and infrastructure and shit like that. Hey, good morning, Serp. Serp says, morning. I'm still not convinced with He-Man yet. I know of the backrooms, but not familiar with its content. Well, I can recommend that you look up Kane Pixels. KANEPIXEL. He's, like I say, he's what a lot of people consider the definitive source. I mean, or you can look up, backroom stuff where it's like, backrooms number 1,166,000, backrooms number 0.16, you can look up all kinds of shit like that, because like I was saying, with the SCP, it's created by the community. There's no like guidelines, there's no committee or anything you've got to get approved. You can just go in and say, hey, I created this level of the backrooms, and it just becomes canon. And that's pretty awesome, but at the same time, there's dangers involved in that when people can just fast and loose create anything they want, because not everybody is as creative as other people. But yeah, Kane Pixels, his stuff's really good. What's SCP? Oh wow. Okay. SCP, it stands for, I believe it's Secure, Contain, and Protect. The SCP is this, like, as I must have been right before you logged on. It's like a shadowy underground organization with, like, literally endless sums of money and endless technology. And they capture, essentially, what a creepypasta is. These weird entities like Slender Man and shit like that also are community created. Well, the SCP basically deals with people like that. So they secure, contain, and protect the population and humanity from all of these, like, almost godlike supernatural entities. And somehow they're able to contain the uncontainable. Somehow they're able to, delay. Like, it's interesting to look up, but, like, you'll find, I'm sure any normal person will be like me, and after a while you'll start to see the pattern emerge with the SCP characters and the entities that they deal with as just being a one-upmanship. Like like one guy will come up with this creature that's super ultra powerful and it can do this one special thing, and then somebody will come up and be like, well, my guy is even more powerful than that, and he can undo all of your stuff. And you'll see a pattern like that develops with these characters. It's just constantly making them more powerful, to the point that you're just like, there's literally no way, with all the money in the fucking universe, there's no way that you could fucking contain some of these entities. But somehow we're to believe that they did it somehow. So the SCP is a fascinating IP, but I prefer the backrooms, because the backrooms makes a little more sense. than the SCP does. Oh, wall crasher? Shit. Okay. Serp says wall crasher, by the way. But I followed the SCP for a long time, and all the new creatures that were coming out, and like I said, I got to the point to where I realized that it was just a bunch of people that don't know how to write and don't know how to create characters, creating characters, and people taking it seriously, and whereas with the back rooms, which is also, as I mentioned, community created, it's easier to understand. Like if you look at it like levels of a building, and you have your base version of the back rooms, and then you have the next floor above that might have like the pool rooms. The pool rooms are a common back rooms area, and then the kids' birthday party room is also another common back room area. So there's. I need blue shit. I need blue shit. Blue shit. There's some blue shit. There's some blue shit. So I'm very intrigued. And that's one of the things about Kane Pixels is that he understands the horror of the back rooms is not necessarily the entities that you will find within the back rooms. It's the fact that you're in the back rooms at all. This constantly growing and shifting place with no end that's so familiar and at the same time completely foreign. And there's I don't know if you heard me either, but the back room, it was created by humanity with the intention of being an answer to overpopulation, essentially, was what it was. That they tried to create these pocket universes where you could like house people and infrastructure and storage, endless storage space and that kind of thing. Oh, fuck. There's a horse head. Both fascinating concepts, but of the two, I prefer the back room. My brain can wrap around the back rooms, and it's not quite as silly as the SCP is. And I'm sure there's people out there be like, "What? You're dumb. You don't know anything." That's debatable. That is debatable. But it's made by A24, so there's a higher likelihood that it's not going to be as heavily influenced as by a studio or meddling from the backers or anything like that. And like I said, they have the definitive of it, so it should be treated seriously, and it should be, I'm hoping pretty good. And I understand your your concern with He-Man. And I think what they've done, I think I'm not as concerned, because I think a lot of the worry that people are having with it is what some of the people, like the producer, and I think the bitch who plays Tila, I think some of the things that they've said, like, oh, Skeletor is an example of toxic masculinity, and shit like that. And I think that's just some of the actors and actresses, and I think they're just talking shit, trying to connect it in ways that it doesn't necessarily need to be connected. Like, I know everybody was so mad about the he/him, that Adam has on his desk at his human job, his Earth job. And it's like, okay, number one, that's funny because he's called He-Man. So having it say on his plaque he/him, this is He-Man. So of course in our world he would be called he/him. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. I don't think it's going to be taken literally. I don't think it's going to be taken seriously. I don't think you're going to have him worrying about pronouns. I think that's he's just in a shitty job. He doesn't like Earth. He wants to be back where he came from, and he knows where he came from, and he has to deal with stupid shit like pronouns in our world. That's what I think that is. I think a lot of people are reading too much into that. And as far as them saying Skeletor is just, an example of toxic masculinity, like I said, I think that's just people involved with the production just talking out their ass and trying to sound, relevant, I guess. But I totally understand your concern because they fuck everything up. But Jesus Christ, it looks so good. It looks so fucking good. It looks so good that I'm willing to give it every benefit of the doubt that I possibly can. When is He-Man out? I think it's June 6th. I think June 6th. Maybe 5th. Something like that. June 5th or 6th. I think Mortal Kombat 2 is out right now, if I'm not mistaken. And that's another one I would like to see. Serp says I shall wait for your review. Okay. That'll get me. You're going to get me started in doing movie reviews now, Serp? I could do that. I could do one of those things that they do, those out of theater reviews. Maybe I'll start doing that. Maybe I'll start doing that. That means that I'd have to fucking start going to see movies now. Street Fighter! Yep, that's another one. Yep. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, He-Man, and the Backrooms. Those are the movies that I'm looking forward to. I completely forgot about fucking Street Fighter. Yeah. Street Fighter I'm looking forward to, in the same reason that I'm looking forward to He-Man, because it looks so fucking good. It looks like they were like, okay guys, we're making this. This is the way these characters look. Now you can tweak it a little bit here and there, but this is the way these characters look. Do not go overboard. Do not try to put your own spin or your own take on it. This is these characters. This is the way that the people who are going to pay the money to come see this want these motherfuckers to look. So that's the way they're going to look. Is that clear? It looks like somebody gave them the speech that was like, Nobody wants to see your version of He-Man. They want to see fucking He-Man. Nobody wants to see your version of Street Fighter. They want to see fucking Street Fighter. Okay? I hope to God that we are getting past this point where people are like, no, people don't want to see the old stuff. They want to see something new. No, we don't. No, we fucking don't. We want to see, the cartoon He-Man? Okay, do that with real people. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. I don't want to understand where Skeletor's coming from. I don't want to know his fucking past and why he's got a skeleton for a face or a skull for a face. I don't care. I don't care. It's not relevant. It's not important. What's important is there's this dude with blue skin and a skull face who wants to destroy this alien planet, and you have this barbarian Superman who is out to stop him. That's all. That's all. Go from there. Go from there. I don't care. I don't care what Skeletor's motivations are. He's evil. That's it. That's the only motivation the evil needs, is that it's evil. I don't need to know that his dad beat him. I don't need to know that his mom got raped and that's how he was, by 1,000 fucking goddamn mental patients or some shit like, the Freddy Krueger shit. I don't need to know any of that because it's not fucking relevant. All you got to do is say, hey, you see this blue dude with the skull face? He's the bad guy. And I'm on board. I'm like, okay, let's go. Well, don't you want to know anything about him? You told me he was the bad guy. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Oh, he wants to hurt people? Okay. I don't want to know why. I don't care why. It doesn't matter. That is one of Hollywood's biggest problems right now, is they want you to sympathize with evil. I don't want to sympathize with evil. I don't want to. I don't need to. Evil doesn't deserve to be sympathized with. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's okay, I'm sorry. That is ugly. That's ugly. Right there. Those colors should never go together. But yeah, I will certainly do that. I'll try to get to Mortal Kombat next week after I get paid. And do yep, I'll just yep, okay. You may have birthed a new thing for the channel, sir. Yeah. That's Serp says the thing with movie reviews is avoiding plot spoilers. Yeah. I'll do one of those things that some people do and be like, talk about it without spoiling it and then be like, okay, from this point on, don't watch if you don't want shit spoiled.
This is HQ. Troops are on the ground. Transport is en route to standby position. Best of
God, then I really, if I start doing fucking movie reviews too, Jesus Christ. But the problem with movie reviews is also the out of the theater reviews kind of thing. Is that you kind of have to show your face, and I don't really want to show my face. And I know you're saying, well, your face is on your, you know, your avatar and your border, and it is. I mean, that's what I look like. I mean, if you saw me and you saw that, you'd be like, yeah, that looks like a younger you. Which was kind of the point. That it looks like a more, like a stylized, almost perfect version of me, I guess you could say. But I'll figure something out. I can use the free to use, you know, shit. I'll look into that. I will look into that. Absolutely. Because what I can do is I can record it with, you know, I can record my, you know, with my face and everything, and then I can just use the audio as opposed to the visual. Yes, yes. I think you may have opened up a new thing for the channel. God, that'd be a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit on my channel. I don't make my channel is not
We've detected signs of life inside.
I kind of go against most everybody's guidance with my channel, because they say you shouldn't have a whole bunch of different stuff on your channel. That you should, like, you know, if you want to do gaming, well, you should have a channel for gaming, and if you wanted to do movie reviews, you should have a channel for movie reviews, and you know that. And if you want to do original music, then you should have a channel for your music separately. And I don't really do that. I just put everything in one place, because, you know, I kind of get annoyed at people that I follow saying, oh, that's over on my second channel, or oh, that's over on my third or fourth channel. It's like, motherfucker, I'm watching you. I just want to come to your channel and get all your shit. Why do I need to subscribe to 1,000 different of your fucking channels to see all the stuff that you do? Just put it all on one goddamn channel. Everything you do in one place. Because when you start mentioning, oh yeah, I've got 7 or 8 channels, it's like, dude, go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna keep up with that many fucking channels of your content.
Large-scale Vulgus transfer.
That's work.
Descendant.
That is work.
The enemy troop deployment.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people suggest that you know, in order for the algorithm, but it makes no sense to me. I don't understand how that would hurt you in the algorithm, having more stuff that people might be wanting to see. You know, I don't understand that. Like if people are like looking for movie reviews and they come to your channel and there's more than just movie reviews, they're gonna be like, oh, fuck this guy, I don't want anything to do with this stuff. It seems to me that you'd be like, oh, cool, this guy does movie reviews and he does playthroughs. Oh, awesome, okay. Well, let me check his shit out. You know what I'm saying? It seems weird.
I am the original.
And I'm not the type of person that can keep up with that much shit. Not to mention that I would have to, you know, I've got like all the stuff that I've got, I would have to transfer to different channels. And transferring is not as easy as going into, you know, your videos and saying, move these over here. I would have to download
Pound actual to HQ. Mission complete.
whatever it was
Requesting
and then
transport.
re-upload it to a separate channel, making sure that I had first deleted it from the main channel so they wouldn't get me for some kind of, you know, reposting the same content and shit like that, because that's a bad thing. They'll get you for that. So there's simply at this point in time no way that I could do it. You know, to separate my simulated wrestling federations from my playthroughs, from my music, from, you know. So my channel is just going to be one place you can get all kinds of shit. That's basically what I'm saying. I provide all kinds of shit in one easy location. It's all on my channel. If you want to see something that I've done, it's on my channel. You don't have to go looking through my channel to see what other channels that I have or what other social media I have. It's just right there. About the furthest that I'm going to go with any of that is that once I do get, you know, if I do get memberships and super chats, which lately is, I'm starting to wonder if even if I do hit that mark, that 500 mark, if they're going to, because of what the algorithm has been doing to people for quote unquote inauthentic content. But when I get to that point, you know, I'll have stuff for like memberships. Maybe I'll do a playthrough that's only for members or something like that. So that I could, you know, but then it's still contained on the same channel. Is what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm just fucking rambling. I'm just rambling. I'm just talking. I took a nap not long ago before the stream started. Woke up, ate, drinking some coffee. I should have some, you know, plenty of energy. As I said yesterday, I saved the next chapter of Five Hearts Under One Roof, because I suspected that you would probably be here, sir, today. I was like, well, it's the weekend, so I'm gonna hold off, and we'll do that tomorrow, because I think you would probably be interested. You've had a lot of impact on this channel, dude. You essentially came up with the morning daily thingy name. Now you're gonna have me doing movie reviews. You're the only person so far that has requested. You've requested 2 games now. 2 games. Goat Simulator and Neverness to Everness. And I've played one of them. I just don't have the opportunity to play the other one yet. I'm working on it. I'm trying to clear up space on my PlayStation so that I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get Neverness to Everness started before that free stuff you mentioned goes away. Because whereas my PlayStation says I have 120 something gigabytes of storage space, in reality, I only have 30. And the game, and the Neverness to Everness game is 50 gigabytes, and I know that's a lie. I know it's going to be more than 50 gigabytes. Because it's always bigger than what it says it is. It's like, oh, it's only this big, and you're like, hey, I got plenty of room for that, and you start downloading it, and it's like, oh, you don't have space. It's like, but I do. It says I do. It says right here that I do. Nope. Because there's hidden secret fucking space that you need to actually run the game. This is as big as the game is, but you need double that to run that. Oh, I see. Well, that makes sense. Well, why don't you add that onto how big the file is? So that we know accurately what it actually takes of your storage space to run a game. Well, then you might not play it because you don't have space, and we don't want you to do that. We want it to be irritating and aggravating for you as you figure out and realize that that you don't have as much space as you thought you did. Serp says, I hate that. The amount of times I've encountered that storage issue. I know it makes no sense. Why lie about how big your fucking game is? Just fucking tell us completely how much it needs. Because, like I say, honestly, I've got 124 gigabytes of available storage. My PlayStation tells me plainly on the home page, you have 124 gigabytes available. And yet it won't let me do shit. I wasn't even able to record a video straight through. I had to fucking cheat it and trick it to get it to record videos like 15, 20 minutes at a time because it said I didn't have enough storage space, yet it said I had 96 at that time before I finished Alan Wake and got it deleted. It said I had 96 gigabytes and it wouldn't even let me record a video. I was like, the videos are usually only about 4 to 5, even for like an hour. You know, they get much bigger after you go through editing and put them in 4K and shit like that. But just to record it straight off your PlayStation, an hour long, which is the maximum length at a time that you can record on your PlayStation, is only like 4 or 5 gigabytes. And with 96 available fucking gigabytes of storage space, it would still tell me I don't have enough. And I would be like, what? How does that make sense? How does that make sense? If I can't access it, it's not available to me. Do you see how that works, PlayStation? Do you see how that works, Sony? Do you see how that works, computer people across the world? If I don't have access to it, if I can't use it, then it's not available. What? Is this a hard concept for people to understand? If you say, hey, here's a ham sandwich, and I say, awesome, and I go to eat it, and you smack it out of my hand saying, you can't eat that. Why not? Because it's not available to you. But you just gave it to me. Yeah, but you can't have it. Well, then why did you give it to me? Why did you say I could have the sandwich then? Yeah, you know. We want you to think that you can have the sandwich, but not actually eat the sandwich. Well, that's great. So I've got a sandwich that's going to sit here on my desk and collect mold because I'm not allowed to eat it. That's stupid. Just tell me. I'm a big boy. I can handle it, you know? Serp says it is stupid. Just, you know, tell me the truth. How many gigabytes or even megabytes, fuck, even kilobytes do I actually have? Like in reality.
Confirm arrival at
Where
the
can I go
operations
find
zone.
that number?
Proceed with caution.
Hold on a second. I'm rolling a cigarette. I'm out of real cigarettes at the moment, so I having to roll some. It's not the same. Serp says, happy you held off on 5 hearts too. Yeah, I knew you'd be bummed if I did it without you being here, so I was like, I will wait till tomorrow. That's one that I think I've only got like 2 more episodes in, so I'll probably have it finished next weekend. And that'll give me some more space. But that's a very small game. It says it's only like 6 or 7 gigabytes. But Serp says I'm out of quote unquote real cigarettes too. It's a horrible position to be in, but sadly, one's a lot of smokers face.
Shaping charge drop complete. Begin the void energy purification operation. Descendant, prime the detonator with your arcade. Then activate the remote detonation device.
I think I might actually hit 400 on the battle pass before the next one comes out. I might actually hit 400. That's kind of cool. This game is by far I've put more time into this game than I have for many The only ones that I can think of that would be even close. I mean, again,
Deploying arcade.
can't really count the wrestling
I
ones.
am the original.
Because, you know, nothing's going to beat those if you add the cumulative, you know, amount of hours from 25 years of playing the wrestling games. Nothing is going to touch how much time I have invested in those. But as far as actual, you know, games go, I would imagine only the Old Republic, Star Wars The Old Republic, not Knights of the Old Republic, but the Old Republic, and DC Universe Online.
Mission complete. All units proceed
And
to transport location. Great
Conan
work
is
out there.
Conan Exiles is up there. I put quite a bit of time into that. I don't think it could quite come close to the Old Republic or DC Universe. But I put a shitload of time into Conan. And I'm telling you right now, if they make that Unreal Engine upgrade available for the consoles, I will go back to Conan. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll probably open my oh no, I will. I will open up another server and play it that way. Cause I ain't interested. I ain't interested in trying to build a base on a fucking server that people can destroy it. I'm not interested in doing that at all. Plus, when you have your own server, you get mod powers, and you can, if you want a weapon, you can just go blam, there's the weapon. If you want an army of people, you know, for your thralls, you can just go bam, there's some thralls. That Serp says, I will struggle to pass my Red Dead 2 playtime. The first Descendant is second, though, even more than Grand Theft Auto 5. That's saying something. I know a lot of people that have, you know, put lifetimes into Grand Theft Auto 5. It's never really my game. People are always shocked when I say that I'm not interested in the Grand Theft Auto series. They're like, what? It's like, it's too current. It's too current. If it were set in the future, if it were set in a medieval past, if it were set in a fantasy world, it'd be one thing. But it's not. it's set in the universe that I can walk outside my house and see. And that doesn't interest me. For the same reason that I don't like watching cop shows and fucking Law and Order and shit like that, is because it's too current. It's too my world. $3,200-ish on Grand Theft Auto, $3,600-ish on the first Descendant. That's impressive. That's impressive. I have no way to know how many I put into the Old Republic or DC Universe Online. I have no idea. I know it was a lot. But I can kind of give a rough estimate on the wrestling games, because I hear there's grass outside, says Sir. I pass over it on my way to work sometimes, so I've seen it. I don't know that I've ever actually touched it, but I've seen it. But the WWE 2K19, which is what I have my Female Celebrity Federation on, and WWE 2K22, which is the one that I have the men's division for my original character federation on, and did have the female federation on until I upgraded it to 2K24. Both of those are somewhere between 1,600 and 1,700 hours. So if you take that times, I don't know, at least 20 games, you know what I'm saying? Over the course of 25 years. Yeah. You're looking at close to 30,000 hours I've invested in wrestling games. And as a whole. Yeah, probably about 20,000, 30,000 hours. Easy. Especially as we've talked about how you used to have to build the characters by searching on forums and looking for these complex recipes and where to put this and exactly how to space it and 2 steps over and 1 step down and all that kind of shit. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. Somewhere 25,000-30,000 hours. That's crazy to think about. That you've invested 30,000 hours in something. Serp says, that's me with the Grand Theft Auto series. Played every PlayStation version of every one of them. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Everybody's got something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got something that they're like, yep, I've devoted my life to this. Some people, I'm sure, could say the same thing about something like Call of Duty. Hell, I'm sure there's some people out there that have thousands and thousands and thousands of hours into Fall Guys and Fortnite. I have a lot of time in Fortnite. I've been playing it for like 6 years, but it's nothing. I would imagine at the first Descendant, I would imagine I've surpassed it with the first Descendant. Oh, you ran out of space, dog. Hold on. Hold on, dog. I gotta figure out new names for all the dogs. Midnight is still Midnight. Blair's dog is still gonna be Midnight. But I gotta figure out new names for the rest of them. I'm thinking Viesa's new dog might be. Thinking Frost. thinking his name might be Frost. Hello? I forgot. Serps asks, how's my Viesa cat going? I think I got her 44. Yeah, 44. Pretty close to 45. And then the next highest is Freyna at 15 and Blair at 13, I think. $25 million. What? Really? Where you at? Where you fucking at? There you are. Ow! Fuck you. Oh shit. Shit. Hold on. Can I do it from here? Will you let me do it here? Alright, fuck you then. We'll go back to Albion and we'll switch it there because I don't want to waste the experience. I don't want to waste the experience. Now, we'll try that again. So that put her at 45. 15 more. $15 more. Who? Oh, fuck you, dude. Oh shit! I missed a wall crasher. Damn it. Totally didn't realize another hour had already gone by. Shit. Alright, let's run and take care. My mission down here. I know I'm too late to hit the wall crasher, but I can get the daily thing. At least. Prefer to do this. Alright. Oh, the little hood looks pretty good. That bikini. That's pretty cool. That's a nice little look. If you'll move, like go somewhere else. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Descendant, a large cluster of breach creatures has been detected in the area. Breach creature response confirmed. Inbound to location. Ship spotted. Descendant, primary tactical objective confirmed in Operation Zone. Please take it out.
As far away from that place as possible so I don't get drug into another one. Alright. Let's go back to Albion, collect our mail, roll our dice. I think before I do that, though, I'm going to go refill my coffee. But let's get out of this outfit. Let's get back to normal clothes. What VSA considers normal clothes anyway. I don't have to mute because I'm not going to the bathroom, so you can journey with me to the kitchen to refill the coffee. Oh, where's all the cats? Well, there's two of them. Curled up together. What's up, boys? Bar and no bar laying together. Bar and no bar. They look very similar. I've told the story of why they're called bar and no bar before. If you was to walk in, you would think that there were two of the exact same cat laying together. They look that similar. And they both look almost exactly like their mom. So I have three cats. The layman would not be able to tell the difference. So like if one of them walked across the room and then, under the couch and then another one walked by, they'd be like, "Wow, is that the same cat?" I'd be like, "No. No, it's not." No, it is not. Not the same cat. I lied. I'm going to have to use the bathroom. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Man, for some reason today, my headphones are fucking killing my ears. I don't know why. I can't get them positioned right. I can't get them positioned right. All right, shall we see what we can do? All right, here we go. Here we are. Not close to halfway through. Let's see what we can do. That's not impressive. Oh, goody. One. And one. Wow. Wow. We did good on that one. Well, that looks cool. I don't hate that. Unimpressive results from the dice rolls today. But I am amassing quite the collection of copper. I have to admit that. 36,000 or 36 million copper. 284 million gold. Not too shabby. It's not the the billion that Serp has, he told me the other day, he was like, I got like 1 billion. I was like, holy shit. I mean, if you play this game long enough, and really any game long enough, you're gonna amass a massive amount of in-game currency. 2.5 billion, Serp says. Jesus Christ. I mean, you know, once you get everything unlocked and once you get everything leveled up and shit like that, that stuff, you're just gonna, it just starts accumulating until you have something else to use it for. Serp says, I have more copper than you do gold, LOL. That's a lot. That's a lot. You know, games like this should have a thing that once you get like an exchange program basically for in-game currency to like actual money currency. Like if you've got 1 billion gold, you should be able to trade that in for like at least like 100 fucking caliber. You know what I'm saying? There should, because that's an enormous investment of your time. It shows you you're a fan of the game. Shows you that you play the game a lot, and that should be rewarded. You know, because that would be a good way to, you know, to show people, hey, keep going, keep amassing that in-game currency, and you can change it into this that you can use to buy outfits. That would be a nice little thing to add, I think. And I'm not saying, you know, oh, have 1 million and you can trade it in for 1,000 or something like that. I'm talking about, you know, ridiculously huge amounts, like 2.5 billion. You should be able to do something with that instead of just let it sit there. Because it's not like you could achieve 1 billion gold like overnight and like, you know, game the system in some way. It's going to take you a while to amass that much. Serp says, Neverness to Everness has skins you can buy with in-game currency. It's a lot, but you can. That's cool. And you know, it should be. It shouldn't be cheap because, you know, it is a resource that you can acquire fairly easily. You know, and over time, you're gonna, like I said, after you've played a game for so long, that stuff is just gonna sit there. Once you've got all the characters, once you have everybody unlocked, once you have everybody leveled up, once you have all the weapons leveled up and all that shit, then it's just gonna sit there and just get bigger and bigger and bigger. You should get, you know, rewarded for that kind of loyalty. You again. Are you playing Neverness to Everness right now? I'm assuming. I mean, not right now at this moment, but have you gotten to the dating portions of it yet? Okay. All right. Let's do this. You know what? Let's do. Fuck it. We'll do her maid outfit. She doesn't get to wear this very often. Coffee. Serp says, not right at the moment, but you can form bonds and go on dates and walk around holding hands in the open world. Invite to move in. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I've seen a lot of people in the first Descendant live streams request dating stuff for this game.
Descendant
Serp says they can accompany you in your car or bike, and you can gift them items.
While holding off the enemy onslaught.
Interesting.
These resources were seized from the enemy fortress. They must be transported safely to Albion.
Serp says I'm playing as the girl character, so when the other girls are flirting with me, it's interesting. LOL. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably do the same, I would imagine.
Watch your feet.
Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. You son of a bitch. Fine. How about that? Like that? Is that better? Is that a better way to die? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, that kind of explains it a little bit. Serp says, going back to my gold amount, I do buy the 1 month gold booster from the shop every month. Well, that explains a little bit of it. Oh, fuck you. Right back at you, big boy.
We won't be losing any more soldiers for the time being. Thank you, Descendant. You're a lifesaver.
Yep, this is just an awesome mission to farm gold and copper and experience. Without a buff, that gave me 27 levels. Without a buff. Just doing the mission normally. That's just such, and it's on normal. It's not a hard mission, it's on normal. I highly recommend that if you're looking to farm for gold and fucking copper and experience for your character or your weapon, you go there. Highly recommend it. Alright. Let's get you back in a normal outfit. Because now we're going to go through a couple of void vessels. Serp says, yes, it's very good. It's an excellent place. You know what? Fuck it. We're just going to go through this with her. Fuck it.
exploration operation.
No! Shit! Son of a bitch! Alright. Ow!
Verify the data.
Yeah, Serp says I think you only need to do one void vessel. Yeah, but the weekly challenge wanted me to do two. I think it was. What was it?
Launching void vessel exploration operation.
Something wanted me to do two. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, right here.
This is great. My shield.
You'll be all right.
Watch your feet. Verify the data.
Yep, we got all that. So only 2 so far do I not have. $400 with electric skills in breach tracking. That one's gonna be tough. What if we upgraded here? All right, almost to another one there. On attributes, fire skills. That one moved up for sure. 25 more. Can I hit 400 in 11 more days? I don't think that's going to be a problem. I'm going to be honest. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think that's going to be an issue. All right, back to Albion. And we got Tom to go do a wall crasher. We're going to switch back to Viessa for that. Freyna's moving up. I got her. What is she at? 15 she's at.
Do as I say.
So
if you
she's
want
my
to live.
And mostly it's because of that one mission that I do with her all the time. That's mostly what's given her experience now. And it's quite a bit of experience. Hey, Skywalker. It's been a while since I've seen you, man. Good morning to you. How's it going, dude? I hope you're doing well. Oh, somebody just put in the world chat. I bet y'all don't believe in or age verification, do you? No, I don't. No, I don't believe in age verification. And fuck you if you do. Fuck you if you do. If you got kids and you don't want them looking at something on the goddamn internet, then pay the fuck attention to them. It's not my fucking responsibility to goddamn parent your fucking child. It's a dangerous world, and it's your fucking job to protect them, not fucking mine. Fucking age verification. You know what that is? That's a way so the government can track one more fucking thing that you do. It ain't got a goddamn thing to do with protecting kids. It's got everything to do with keeping track of your adult ass. It's just, they know that they can get that shit in by saying, it's for the kids. It's for the kids. Don't you want to take care of kids? What kind of monster are you? You don't want to take care of kids. Fuck you. Fuck you. There should be a fucking goddamn a test, a personality test, a psychological test, some kind of goddamn test for anybody that wants to have fucking children anymore. And if you don't meet those requirements, you don't get to have a fucking kid. I'm sorry, but we've gotten to the point to where overpopulation is an issue that we all have to fucking worry about. And limited amount of resources is something that we all have to worry about. Maybe it's about fucking time that we start saying some of y'all stupid bitches shouldn't be having fucking kids. Skywalker says, I'm good. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I've been playing Skyrim. And then he says 100% facts. Skyrim, that's another game I've never played. I think I have it in my library, but I've just never gotten around to playing it. Yeah, that age verification bullshit, that pisses me off. All you gotta do is say, it's for the kids, and idiots out there all over the place will be like, here's my rights, take them away from me. Here's my rights, take them away from me. And then we'll just fucking absolutely try to destroy you because you even consider fucking going, now wait a minute guys, this could be misused. Well, you don't want to protect kids? You're a pedophile. You're just a groomer. It's like, no, motherfucker, I appreciate my rights. And I understand that my rights should have nothing to do with your fucking child. Because that's a step away from saying, oh, you can't look at porn anymore. We got to make porn illegal because some kid might fucking look at it. Where's his fucking parents? How about that? Where's his fucking parents? When I was a goddamn kid, my parents were a little more attentive than modern day parents. You know why? You know why fucking modern day parents hand a goddamn tablet over to their fucking kid as soon as they're able to fucking hold it? It's so that they can fuck off and do their online bullshit and forget that they have a fucking child. That's why. That's upbringing now. It's just, yep, I popped out a baby. Here's your tablet. Go over in the corner and leave me alone so I can search Facebook. Fuck you and fuck your kid. To hell with the both of you. I want to be able to do what the fuck I want to do without having to goddamn consider what your fucking child might think about it. I need the world to be candy coated, and I need it to have all these safety guards and guardrails. I need it to have all this stuff so I don't have to pay attention to the child that I brought into this world. Because I should be able to enjoy my life, shouldn't I? No, you shouldn't, because you chose to have a fucking kid. No, your life is over until that child reaches 18. That's adulthood, that's parenthood. You have a kid, your life ends until that kid is an adult. Period. End of fucking story. That means you don't get to go out to dinner with all your fucking friends all the time. That means you don't get to go out to the movies whenever you fucking want to. That means you don't get to go on goddamn vacations whenever you feel fucking like it. That means that your entire fucking existence revolves around that child until they are the age of 18 and you can say, get the fuck out and go get a job. That is parenthood. If you don't want to sacrifice those fucking things, keep your dick in your pants or keep your vagina in your panties. Whichever the fucking one you gotta choose is. It's not my responsibility. God damn, that shit pisses me off so fucking much. If I had wanted a child, I would have had a child. If I had wanted to lead my life around a child, I would have had a child. I would have found a mate and had a child by now. But I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that. So I shouldn't be
Descendant,
restrained and
picked up a
confined
material formation
by
signal in the
your
skies
fucking
nearby.
child. Fucking age verification. Shove that shit up your goddamn ass. Serp says, pisses me off too, and I have kids. Jesus fucking Christ. It's not the... Oh my God. I mean, that is not to say that I don't understand that children need to be protected. You know what I'm saying? That is not to say that if I saw a lost child in a fucking grocery store that I would just be like, well, fuck that kid and wander the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say if I saw a lost child crying in a parking lot, didn't know where his family was, that I wouldn't do everything that I could to fucking help that kid. That's not what I'm saying at all. But after I do that, after I help that kid and I want to go home and play my Gooner game, or I want to go online and look for fucking porn, I should be able to fucking do that without having to give you every goddamn piece of information about who I am that I can, just so you can be like, okay, it wasn't a kid. Because I know that's not what it's for. You want to know what I'm doing. You want to know what websites I'm using. You want to know what things I'm buying off Amazon. You want to know how much time I'm spending on this game or that game. You want to know everything that you can possibly know about me. And you think that the perfect way to get that in is to say, it's for the kids. It's for the kids. It's for the kids. If you gave half as much of a shit as you pretend to give about kids, we would know everything there is to know about the Epstein list right now. We would know every goddamn motherfucking name in that goddamn fucking list. We would know everybody who was accused, everybody who goddamn might have something to do with a global fucking pedophile ring. But we don't. You know why? Because you don't give a fuck about kids. That's why. But yeah, we're gonna make you give us your ID now to go online. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, the special human child. What do you need?
Oh my god. Oh, I get heated about that shit.
Now what do you
Not gonna lie, I get heated
Go
about
on,
that
I'm
shit.
waiting.
And then people like that dipshit in the world chat. I bet you're against age verification too, huh? Like he's some enlightened fucking dipshit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's better than you because he's willing to give the government every fucking thing. He's willing to just be like, here's all my stuff, daddy government. You would never betray me or do something to harm me. So here's everything that you need. Or you say you need. You don't actually need it, but you want it. Here's everything you want. Track my entire existence and my entire life. Sell my information to whatever company wants to send me some fucking bullshit ads. I don't care, because you're the government. And you're supposed to think for me, so I can fucking just wander around my life with my head up my goddamn ass and drink my fucking Starbucks and pretend like the world is perfect and rosy and nothing ever goes wrong. Let me just shatter your entire goddamn existence real quick. Let me just take the heel of my boot and crack it open like a fucking goddamn thin layer of ice over a fucking pond. Fuck you. The government's not your friend. No matter who the fuck is in charge. No matter who is in charge. No matter if it is the motherfucker that you voted for, that you fucking were on the goddamn campaign trail, and you followed all over the country and gave money and supported, you know, and he doesn't care. Once he gets in the government, he's not for you anymore. He's only for you until you vote for him, and then he doesn't give a fuck about you. That is true in every political fucking party. They do not give a shit about you. The government is not your friend, and they do not have your best interest at fucking heart. Because taking care of 360 million people is a complicated fucking business. You need it to be as streamlined as possible. So you got to put all these people over here in this little group, and you got to put all these people over here in this little group, and you need all this information about stuff so you can categorize people, and you can fucking put people where you want them to be and shit like that. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. How about you stay the fuck out of our lives? How about you just handle things like fixing roads and the mail and diplomatic fucking relations with other countries, and you leave us the fuck alone and let us do what the fuck we want to goddamn do. How about that? How about that? Because that system has worked for a long fucking time. How about the government just worry about infrastructure? How about you just make sure that you worry about everybody has, you know, power lines and cable lines and fucking, you know, things like that. Phone towers and whatnot. How about you guys just worry about that kind of shit and leave us the fuck alone? God damn. God damn. Skywalker says, I'm just glad all mine are grown and moved out of the house. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Once, I mean, you know, that your entire existence revolves around your child until you can let them go, until you have been like, okay, I have instilled in you all the wisdom that I can. I have tried my best to teach you to be a good human being, and now it is time to put you out into the world, and I can go back to living my life. That is what it is to have a child. It is not. It is not okay. I popped out a baby. Now nothing's going to change for me. I'm not going to give up or give up anything that I did before. I'm still going to go out with my friends when they want to go out. You know, it's no, 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 no. That's not the way it works. You don't get to have fun when you have a kid. You know, and many people with kids, I'm sure, would say there is fun involved in it, but it is not a selfish kind of fun. You know what I'm saying? It is a fun that has to take in other people into consideration. You think, wow, I'd really love to go see that movie, but my kid's got a recital, so I guess I'm going to have to go to the recital. And that's what it is. You don't get to be like, well, I'm going to run to the movie, and then I'll be late to my kid's recital, or some shit like that. You know, that's not the fucking way it works. And Serp said, gets annoying when they keep asking me to sign to shit for them. LOL. JK. Oh. I mean, I don't like children. I mean, you know, you can probably tell by the tirade that I just gave. I don't like kids, but you know, that's why I have pretty much built my life without them. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that I have intentionally said I don't want kids. I don't want to have kids. I'm not the type of person to have kids. I'm not the type of person to give the attention to a child that is necessary. I know I'm not that type of person. So I have done my future child or children the favor of not having them, because I know this about myself. It is extremely selfish for me to be like, no, I'm going to have a kid, and then I want the world to change for me. I want everything that everybody else does to make my upbringing of my child easier for me. No, fuck you. Fuck you. That's not in the deal. That's not in the contract. Because if that's the case, then I have a say in how your child is brought up. Then I have a say in the decisions that you make for your child. If I have to make sacrifices in my life for your child, then I have influence. I have a say in how that child is raised. And you can't say shit about it, because you asked me to sacrifice my own personal life that is completely disconnected from yours and your children and your family. You asked me to do that to make your job easier. Okay, fine. Then I'm going to decide what you can and can't do with your kid. If you're putting it in my hands, if you're putting any part of the process into my hands, then I'm involved in all of it. And there are some people out there that you don't want to be involved with the upbringing of your kid. There are friends that you have that you would be like, I'm not leaving my kid with that person. I love them to death and they're my best friend, but there's no fucking way I would leave my child under their care. You know what I'm saying? You can all, every one of you with kids out there right now can think of that friend that you're like, yeah, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. But that's essentially what you're doing. You're then giving that dude power over your fucking children. I mean, you know, am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. Serp says, yep. I'm sure he's thinking of that friend right now. That's all that's all I'm saying. I got nothing against anybody who wants to have a kid. I've got nothing against people who have families. That is the ultimate goal of life. I understand that. is to Serp says he's a good friend too. I don't doubt that a bit. I don't doubt that a bit. But you know, some people are just they're not cut out for it. They're not caregivers. Now, you know, if I had a friend with a kid and you know, and he had to like run to the bathroom or he had to run and do something and I had to watch the kid for, you know, maybe an hour or something like that, and somebody threatened that kid's life, I would put down my life to fucking protect that child. Without a doubt, without a fucking doubt. Without a doubt, I would do that. I would defend somebody else's child with my fucking life to keep them safe. But don't ask me to give up my personal fucking enjoyments and my hobbies and shit like that so that you don't have to worry about your child stumbling across them. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's like, that's all I'm saying. Like, one of the things that I often get irritated about, especially because my family situation, my nephew has a child that he doesn't claim, and he lives halfway across the country from us. So my mom and my sister are essentially treating the boy, you know, his son, you know, no differently. They're treating him like grandparents. They take care of him. He comes over and spends the night with them and shit like that, and the whole 9 yards. And in the first few years of him coming over like that, they would tell me, don't cuss in front of him. And I'd be like, I'm gonna fucking cuss in front of him. That's bottom goddamn line. I'm not restraining my fucking language in front of your fucking child. You can tell him, don't say this. That's the best you're gonna get, because he's gonna hear this shit where all over I'm not fucking doing it. Don't ask me. If you want me to not cuss around him, then don't invite me over when he's here. Because I fucking cuss. Period. End of story. I am a foul-mouthed somebody. If you don't want your child to be, you know, exposed to that, then don't invite me around your child. I'm cool with it. I'm okay with it. So now they've gotten to the point to where when he's going to be over, you know, and I'm like, hey, you know, am I coming over for dinner tonight? They're like, no, he's going to be here. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And that, you know, that's the end of the discussion. I mean, I don't dislike the kid, but I'm not going to curb myself. It is your responsibility when he says, what does the word fuck mean? You know, to explain to him what that word is and why you shouldn't say it. That's your job. It's not my job to not say it and pretend like that word doesn't exist and your child is never going to hear it. Because in 10 years, that's all he's going to be saying. Every other fucking word is going to be fuck, 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 fuck. And every parent knows it. Every parent knows it. Sigh. I didn't mean to rant. Just a random comment pops up in the world chat and suddenly I rant for 30 fucking minutes. But this is, you know, that's a pretty big topic, because it's happening all over the world and it's happening all at the same time, which is always very, very, very fucking suspicious. When every country in the world all of a sudden hits on something, you're like, this is weird. This is weird. Why is suddenly every country in the world saying that they require us to have, you know, a form of ID to use the internet? Why is that? I don't understand that. Because there's a reason. There's a reason. And I get the feeling that it has more to do with thought police than it does with anything else. Oh, you posted a bad meme. We got to put you in prison. Oh, you like this guy's post that we don't think he's, you know, we don't think he's, should be followed. He's on the wrong side. So we're going to count that off, and it's just one step closer to a fucking social score too, a social credit score. That's one more thing that it's close to. Oh, you liked a couple of bad memes, so we can't pay you this week, or we got to cut off your power because you don't have a high enough social score. Oh, we have to get rid of your insurance because you laughed at a meme about, a racist meme. We can't have you doing that. That's what it is. That's what it fucking is. Anytime anybody ever says we're doing this for the children, that's not why they're doing it. That's just their way in. But I'm repeating myself. I mean, I know the sacrifices that are required to have a child. I don't know if I'm unusually intelligent to be able to understand something that I haven't experienced. I know the sacrifices that you have to you have to go through in order to have a child. I know that. That's why I've never had one. That's why I have cats. Not even dogs. I have cats. Because you don't have to pay attention to a cat. All you gotta do is put some fresh water and some fresh food down every once in a while, clean their litter pans, and then you can pretty much ignore their existence and they're cool with it. You can't do that with a kid. You can't do that with a dog. God damn it. Oh. Just people fucking so goddamn willing to believe. Oh no, they're in the government, so they must know what they're talking about. They don't. They don't have a fucking clue. Just because somebody wears a suit and tie and smiles and tells you a bunch of bullshit doesn't mean he knows what the fuck he's talking about. He's trying to convince you that he does, but he doesn't. He doesn't have a fucking clue. Ugh. 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 At any rate, I think we're gonna call the first Descendant the morning daily thing. I think we're gonna call that an episode. I think we're gonna call it an episode. We got our dailies done. We got another level on Viessa. Close to another level again. We're kicking ass with her. I'm very proud of my progress with my Viessa. Like I said, I need to go back and look at the very first episode of the first Descendant and watch it again just to see. Just to see, for shits and giggles, how my Viessa has grown. She started out so light and so, so bright, and I've turned her to the dark side. Serp said, "Awesome episode, dude. I had a good rant for a little while." Yeah. I try not to. I know how some people enjoy hearing me holler. uh, But yeah, sometimes I see something and it just goes click, and I'm like, "Fuck you!" It's just a pompous attitude of somebody to say something like that. I bet you're against age verification too, aren't you? And you would be too if you had a goddamn ounce of brains. You would be too if you stopped and thought about it for 1 second. 1 fucking second. Just to bring this name up, but not to try to get too political, but you know how you fucking hate Donald Trump, and I'm not specifically talking to anybody in the chat or anything like that, just in general terms to somebody out there who might feel this way. You know how you hate Trump and you hate his administration and you think that everything he fucking does is bad, and you want to put age verification in his hands. You 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 see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like I didn't like Joe Biden. I didn't trust the thing that Joe Biden did, and he did everything he could to destroy this fucking country. You think I would want him to have my information? Abso-fucking-lutely not. He's got my social security number, he's got my name, and he's got my address. That's all that motherfucker needs. That's it. He doesn't need to know where I shop. He doesn't need to know how I shop, what I buy when I shop. He doesn't need to know how much gas I use a week. He doesn't need to know whether or not I smoke and how much I smoke. He doesn't need to know any of that. He needs to know my name, my social security number, and my address. And that's fucking it. But it just amazes me how many of these people will do that. Will just be like, yeah, here you go. Here's all this. Here's all this, daddy government. You just said that this government is fascist and trying to kill you. Why would you give them that? Why would you be like, oh, but here, yeah, you can have this? Why? Because the way our system works, and most world governments work, is it's a give and take. For a little while, one side's in charge. For a little while, the other side's in charge. And you don't trust the other side, much like I don't trust the other side. So, why would you not think that, well, okay, my guy's in charge right now, so he's not going to do anything bad with that information. Yeah, but the other guy's going to be in charge eventually, and he's still going to have your fucking information. Duh. Holy Christ. Anyway, yes, we're going to call this an episode. Stick around, everybody. I'll be logging off, signing off, ending this stream, but in just a few minutes, I'm going to be restarting for part 4 of 5 Hearts Under One Roof. Yeah, Serp says, I don't trust my side, let alone the other side. Yeah, I know, dude. Yep, it's exactly right, because I'm any... Yeah. No matter how good they look, no matter how good they start out, eventually they all get corrupted by the same fucking system. That's what's happening right now to my side, to my guy, the one that I voted for, the one that I put into office. He's not doing what he said he was going to do. And whether or not out there you may be like, well, he's this or that, it doesn't fucking matter. When you vote for somebody who promises to do stuff and they don't do stuff, you're like, Get it all out before 5 hearts, he says. I mean, yeah, I don't trust my side right now. Cause, yeah, I don't trust my side right now at all. I'm starting to see some very disturbing patterns on my side right now. There's a whole lot of people that claim to be, thoughtful, intelligent people who seem to be given into a cult of personality and believing that that he can do no wrong. And I'm one of those people that's going, wait a minute. I didn't sign on for a God King. Okay? That's not what I wanted. I wasn't signing on for a Jesus Christ figure. I was just signing on to put somebody in office who was going to absolutely shit-wreck the system. That was the entire purpose that I voted for that man, was because he was a bull that I was sending into the China shop, because the China shop is overpriced and has poor quality fucking merchandise, and it deserves to be wrecked. That was the whole fucking reason that I voted for him, was to put him like a stick of dynamite in a goddamn crowded room and be like, here you go. That was the whole fucking reason. And he's turning out to be no better than the people that I put him in the office to undo. Now there's a couple of things that he's done, sure. Yep, there's a couple of fucking areas that he's, okay, great. He did this, that's super. He did that, that's super. What about all this other shit? What about all this other shit? The system has not been broken apart. The swamp has not been drained. The same motherfuckers behind the scenes that have been caught are still there. They're still there. None of them have been removed from office. Nobody has been arrested. Nobody has been punished for the greatest fucking scam ever perpetrated on the fucking populace of the whole fucking world, which was goddamn COVID. Nobody's being punished for that. Nobody is being punished for that. We're just letting that slide. Yep. The world governments got together and destroyed everybody's economy and everybody's lives for 4 goddamn years. And nobody is gonna fucking face any kind of accountability for it whatsoever. And that absolutely fucking infuriates me. But that's one of the things that he promised he was gonna do. It's not happening. It's not happening. He's only got 4 years, and 2 of them are almost gone. Nothing's happened. We've still got the same politicians on one side repeating the same goddamn lies that have been debunked over and over and over again, and they can still just get on the news and lie about it like it's the truth. Nobody's punishing them. Nothing to hold them accountable. You've got entire people on one particular side in my country that are literally committing treason on a goddamn daily basis. Literally committing fucking treason on a daily goddamn basis. Nothing's happening to them. Nothing's happening to them. They are actively working with other governments against our own government simply because of who is in charge of our government. Nothing's happening to them. Nothing's happening to them. They are breaking the fucking law and going against our Constitution every goddamn day. Nothing's happening to them. Nothing's happening to them. And we keep being told, hey, the economy's fucking awesome. Isn't that great? 401ks are awesome. The stock market's doing great. Yeah, is it? I can barely afford my bills and groceries. Tell me again how awesome the fucking economy is. Tell me again why you flood my goddamn country with people who hate me and everything that my country stands for. Tell me more. And then give them the privileges that my people actually born here, should be getting instead. Tell me more about how awesome things are. Tell me more. Because maybe I didn't hear you right the first fucking time. Or maybe I wasn't paying the fucking close enough attention. Tell me more about it. Explain it to me. Do it in crayon so that a 5-year-old can understand. Make it really fucking simple. So that it's crystal clear to me. You know? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we're calling this an episode. I think maybe I've got it out of my system now. Thank you, everybody, for being here for this rant fest. This rant fest disguised as a playthrough. Okay, dude. Cool. It'll take me a few minutes to get it set back up and everything anyway, and I'll have to refill my drink and probably use the bathroom and stuff. So, yeah, I won't get too far ahead. But yes, thank you, everybody. Sir, always a pleasure, sir. I look forward to seeing you in just a few minutes back on Five Hearts Under One Roof. Skywalker, again, also a pleasure to see you, dude. I'm glad you're doing well. I noticed your absence, and I'm glad to see you again. Glad to see you again. For those of you who may have been lurking, thank you guys for being here. You may have been silent, but I could still feel your support, and I appreciate it. For those of you who may be watching this as a video later, thank you for making it this far into the video. You kind of have to hear me say thank you for making it this far into the video. If you only make it halfway through, that you're not going to get to hear it. So you sort of have to watch the whole thing just to get right here to hear me say thank you. If any of you groups of people saw something here that you were entertained by, the gameplay, the lovely ladies, my ranting and raving, maybe even you agree with me on a couple of things, perhaps you could see your way clear to leaving me a like, a comment, a share, or a subscribe. Any one of those things is immensely helpful for the channel, helps it grow and flourish. But you know this, you're professional YouTube viewers. You have heard this spiel before. But subscribes are particularly important right now, as I am 74 away from the 500 necessary to unlock super chats and memberships. So anything that you could do to help out in that department would be super awesome. Super, super, super awesome. Also, if you should choose to, and this is totally up to you, totally optional, but you will find links on my Patreon page, or excuse me, on my YouTube community page to my Patreon and my Ko-fi. If you saw something here that you think might be worth $1 or $2, that would be the place to drop it, and it too would be greatly appreciated. But again, no pressure, totally up to you. Totally optional. It's just if you think that I deserve it. While you're at all that, check out the rest of the shit on my channel. I have over 1,400 videos. Is that not an astonishing number? 1,400 videos. All sorts of shit to entertain your eyeballs. I've got concerts that I've been to that were shot on a really good quality phone, so if you're into that handful of bands, it's really worth a watch. I was really close on a couple of them, so they're worth it. I don't get anything from those. They're copyright claimed by the artists, which is totally understandable, and totally, I knew that was going to happen when I uploaded them, but still, it was an experience that I wanted to share with people. So, they're there. Also, I do original music that I write the lyrics to, and I stress that strongly, that I write the lyrics to. I know a lot of people are touchy-feely about AI, but I 100% build the songs in my head before I ever introduce them to the AI app. And once I do, I provide extensive prompting to get the specific and as unique a sound as I can. And I give life to those songs in the form of a 4-piece all-girl metal band called The Circle. The Circle consists of Winter's Lane, lead vocals and bass, Rose Rolando, additional vocals, rhythm, guitar, and piano, Olivia Burnstorm, additional vocals and drums, and Yvette Raynette, additional vocals and lead guitar. You will currently find 10 albums on my channel right now of good quality music. I use one of the 2 best AI music maker apps out there, So the sound is very clean and crisp, and all the instruments are separated. You don't get that fuzziness that you get with a lot of AI music, if you'll notice. This stuff sounds very real. If you didn't know it was AI, you would not know it's AI. Each one of the albums is about 12 songs apiece, about 30 minutes apiece, so it's not a huge investment of your time to give one a try. And you never know, you may find your new music obsession. And you'll be like, every day, like on, when are you coming out with more, man? When are you coming out with more? And I'll be like, chill. I'm working on it. More is coming. I just have a lot of plates spinning, and it takes me some time to get to things sometimes. That's all. I have a lot more ideas than I have the time and ability to get out as quickly as I would like. But yes, more music is coming. So check those out. And you can find the lovely ladies of the Circle every Wednesday night on Wicked Wednesday Night. That is the female division of my original character Simulated Wrestling Federation. Currently, the ladies are on tour, so they won't be around for a couple of months, but there's plenty of other fierce competitors to provide you with your wrestling needs. So check that out. The men's division is every Monday for Monday Night Mania. And then I also have a female celebrity federation that's every Tuesday for Tuesday Night Download. There you'll find basically my favorite female celebrities, from actresses, singers, porn stars, e-girls, cosplayers, all kinds of stuff. You might I know you'll recognize a lot of the names. Some of them maybe not as much, but others, yes. Also, I have a DC versus Marvel Federation that's coming soon, and upgrades for the men's division and the female celebrity federation coming towards the end of the year. So if you're into that kind of thing, keep an eye out for those. On top of that, I do daily live streams between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m.-ish, depending on my real-world work schedule, where I play this wonderful game that we all love so much, the first Descendant. Sometimes chat joins in and we take on some of the harder missions. Sometimes chat is just here to give me advice as I try to build my characters as strong as I can, and sometimes they're here to give me shit in the ways that I choose to do that. But regardless, a fun time is had by all, and we would love for you to be a part of it. So if you see us pop up in your feed, stop on by, say hey, we'll say hey. It'll be a good time. Also, every Friday between 8 and 11 p.m., I have Fall Guys Fortnite Friday, where I play Fall Guys and Fortnite. Much like with this game, I'm totally open to playing with chat, but only if you want a duo, trio, or squad. No one-on-ones, and I don't have the participation to justify doing customs, so it's got to be duos, trios, or squads. And on top of all of that, as if that wasn't enough, and I know you were just thinking there has to be more. Is there more? There is, in fact, more. There's a shitload of playthroughs, all kinds of genres, all kinds of titles, horror, action, adventure, racing, roguelite, walking simulator. I'm down to play just about anything, and I have a massive library of over 300 games that I've played precious little of. So if there's something out there that you, dear listener, dear viewer, would like to see me play, throw it in the comments. I will check my library. If it's in the library, bam, it gets bumped up to the top of the list to be rotated in the next time I finish one of the games. And the playthroughs are coming back. I've got a shitload recorded that I've got to start editing. They'll be coming out this Monday, and I'm back into the swing of things. I told you it was coming. This is the way I cycle. So, I play hardcore video games for like months at a time, and then I take 2 or 3 months, maybe even 4 months without playing much of anything, and then I rotate back into it. It's the way I've been since before I started recording shit for YouTube. It's just the way I cycle. But yes, more playthroughs are coming. And I guess, ladies and gentlemen, cats and kittens, boys and girls, that just leaves me to say thank you once again. I really cannot explain how much it means to me that you guys are willing to support me like you do. Thank you so much, guys. I can't thank you enough, but I'll never stop trying. And tune in just a few minutes for part 4 of 5 Hearts Under One Roof. And until next time, or then, later.